Did I miss anything?
No,
Yeah,
we're just waiting for everyone to load into the map so I can go over the brief.
That's where they have the
great.
tanks. We can do the funny.
Yes.
Fine.
Where's the
No, we're not
All right,
taking the
you're all in
freaking
here. So
team.
here's the deal. Here's how this is gonna work. So you guys are gonna start at this. Hey, Forge. You guys are gonna start at the stage starting area, marked with the green flag on the right side of the map. When you guys are done with the AO, there is a blown-out church marked end area on the opposite side of the map. French resistance forces have been keeping track of everything in the AO, and it is all accurately marked. So going over everything from right to left. That triangle means it is a hard point. Who is hot micing me?
I think it's Stormcrest.
Storm, can you mute your mic if you don't mind? Thank you, broski. All right, so those triangles represent fortified positions. They can be trenches, they can be fortified buildings. They basically represent a static enemy force. These positions are marked as artillery with the gun facing the arrow. This position represents an enemy ammo depot where you will be able to loot enemy vehicles, equipment, and possibly vehicles. If I said vehicles twice, I meant to say weapons. Otherwise, they should be your priority targets for this one. Tanks are marked on the map patrols. It's a little tough with the marker, but the arrows kind of follow where they're going, so that patrol goes that direction. This patrol roughly goes around the town like so. And patrols 4 and 3, I mean, I try to make it, explanatory to what it is, but it can be a bit tough to understand. You got other tanks marked. All the tanks are Panzer IVs. And the artillery guns are 10.5 centimeter, that specific type of gun. As you stay in the AO and conduct more operations, basically the more of a threat you are perceived to be, the more the Germans will bring in from other areas. Bray Dunes is fortified, but otherwise QRF can come in from the outside of the map on any MSR or SSR, so keep that in mind. You can leave this map if you want to. Just note that you might run into foot patrols on the northern side if you're not careful. It's not a guarantee, but it can happen. Otherwise, all I ask is you don't do something like this, because what would be the point of that?
34 months is a long time.
Linearly, I did try to make it so you would do something like this, but if you want a different plan, feel free. All tanks are facing north, by the way. There is an AAA gun right here. There's a mortar position right there. If you steal them, you can use them. Ammo Vics should count as Ammo Vics, but if they don't, oh well. Vehicle depots don't have any armor, and you wouldn't know how to drive it anyway, but for cars and half-tracks, you do know how to drive that because it's vehicles, unless you don't have a driver's license, in which case, fuck the state, you can still drive as well. Yeah, that's all I got. Any questions from you, Forge?
None at this time.
All right. There will be a box of 5 signal whistles where we all spawn in. You can deviate those to whoever you want. You can give them to team leads, squad leads, medics. I don't care. You only get 5. But yeah, that should be it. Feel free. All the French resistance guys are going to spawn with Lee Enfields because they airdropped a crate with themselves for those weapons. But yeah, if you're a resistance member, you can loot up whatever you want. There's also medical at the depots. And all of the garrison medics, there's about 9 or 10 of them throughout the entire map. I went into their backpack and their vest, and I gave them actual ace medical. So any triangle position might have a medic, and that might have additional medical to loot as well. Beyond that, that's all I got.
I do have a question. Are you going to depth these as well, or did you want us just to get there and secure the stuff?
So you're basically here to just take what you can to raid stuff. Your primary targets should be enemy artillery positions, the AA position, and the mortar position. But if you also want to blow up whatever you don't take from the ammo depots, that would also be smart. Just note that you might not have a lot of explosives.
Okay.
Be creative.
Yes. All right, if there are no other questions, I will push us through.
Oh, I've got a stand. Oh, what the hell? Hello.
Oh, I guess I gave the resistance leaders stens. Get wrecked. Oh, I gotta go kill myself.
The third person,
1 second. My Zeus always breaks when I push everyone in at the same time, so I just have to respawn and then push in, and that's fine. I gotta go delete my body because I don't want them taking the spare stand.
Wait, why?
There's 5 signal whistles in there.
Fucking God, who took all the whistles?
There we go. Alright.
Oh, I'm gonna
Now it's 3. Get your whistle, my guy. Well, I think they know we're here now.
This should be good.
Hey, Forge.
Yeah.
Alright, how are you all doing? Wee Woo here. Red Hot Free Fall, thank you for the 34-month resub. 34 months is indeed a long time. Hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. I'm going to be setting up some Bearmox patrols here, just around, and things should be good nonetheless. Compared to the first World War II mission, I lowered the enemy health a bit because they were taking 30-06 rounds. I lowered it from 1.25 to I think about 0.65, so hopefully that should tweak the balance out. I also disabled AI unconsciousness because, you know, some people were tanking headshots going unconscious and then waking back up. So we'll see how all that goes. Otherwise, let's go to our skill here. I'm going to set this a little on the lower end today and gradually increase it as things go along. We're going to do... Actually, I'm going to put up 15 for these metrics here. Make it a little bit easier because it's starting with French resistance. But again, I'll probably increase that as time goes on. Spotting, I'm going to take down to 30 today, and then everything else should be good. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and set up some simple patrolling around this AO here. Otherwise, hope you're all doing A-okay. Arrowy, it would be in the channel you are in TeamSpeak.
On the way. Ready for orders. On the way. Roger.
Also, I find it funny that IFA has a mod, like, built in it German voices, but the pre-spawned units don't speak German. It's like, why do you have this as a feature if you're not gonna do that?
Copy. On the way.
Alright, putting forces out there. I need to go to my patrols here and set these up. We're just going to do simple infantry teams. Beyond that, yeah, it should be fine.
Roger. Copy. Understood. On the way. Understood.
I'm getting some static discharge when I fly around the map. Usually that means I forgot to check off a certain box somewhere. I'm going to check that right now. Yeah, that's off, so I don't know what's causing that. I think it's also directional voice. So, and experimental vehicle isolation, I gotta turn those off too, because they cause that little static discharge out of it. Also, I do have a multi. I just realized some people sent me some multi stuff, so let me go ahead and make that real quick. Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we? But let me go ahead and set that up. So that would be under my multi-command. I'm just so used to people DMing me it. People have been putting it in our like general chat channel in the TeamSpeak, so I don't always catch it because I'm so busy setting up other stuff. So we'll see how things go there. Did I put an AT squad down? You're right, I did. I'm going to keep that, though, because they can use the extra AT. So I got another patrol going clockwise here.
Solid copy. On the way.
Next patrol I've got going around that location.
Standing by. Copy. Wilco. Wilco. Waiting. Solid copy.
Set up some 2-man sentries around. I'll put a 3-man sentry around this.
Awaiting orders. Roger. Copy that.
And then I need one more infantry patrol around right here. That goes that way.
Ready. Wilco. On the way.
Alright, that should be good. Disconnect there, probably because they
Can we just
don't have the right mod set.
Blow a whistle, and if you don't need it, don't blow it. Because
Gore, which one's the Verona launcher again? Because I forgot.
One long whistle, and after that, if we need support, we blow twice after that.
So I think they're making communication doctrine for their whistle there. I'm just going over everything. He's got something in add-ons that... Yeah, that's weird. Probably something from the optionals folder in his add-ons. If you remember, I took no uniform restrictions out to accommodate for the whatchamacallit. Oh my god, what is it called? Checkpoint RP. So yeah, we'll see how things go. I'm thinking about anywhere else I want to put a patrol down or a sentry that would make sense. I think a two-man sentry around here wouldn't be a bad idea.
Copy that. Wilco. Copy.
'Cause that's by a trench. And otherwise, a three-man around these specific artillery positions also wouldn't be a bad idea.
Wilco.
And let's see, what else do I want to add? Because they said they wanted a gun car. So I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. I'll put a gun car. I don't mind putting that right there. But yeah, there's a bunch of spare ammo and medical. Not really much in terms of containers and backpacks, though, but it looks like they are stepping off. I'll teleport the late joiners up to their teams when they come in. So there is a four-man British commando team with a medic built in, and then every squad also has a medic. Looks like they're taking some of the third team with them as teams 1 and 2 stick together and move right here. Each of the teams are 7-man squads. The team leader has a Sten gun. Everyone else has a basically Enfield. Medics have only handguns to start with. Because I'm trying to make sure they're not in the front, because if they get knocked early, then this op is going to fall apart very, very quickly, which is going to be quite funny. Alright, he's already in the op, so I'm going to teleport him up.
Yeah. This is what I'm like when I don't fucking
Cool.
take my fitments, you know?
Verona's the vanilla. Okay, unpopular opinion, I love that thing. I hate that the missiles are so big, so you can only carry like one spare. But if you have a vehicle, that weapon is dope. Otherwise, if you're being mobile, I prefer the Mark 1 Maz, because you can just range find it, line up the shot, and it's very easy to utilize if we're talking vanilla systems gore. So if I have the ability to take a vehicle, I would prefer the Verona. If I'm just on foot with an assistant, then the Mark 1 Maz or the Mod 0 Maz, and you range find it is, yeah, it's pretty fine. So, anyway, player base basically are just going to be raiding through and destroying things. I'm going to be honest, for our flavor of the month for World War II, I opted against a campaign because we're still on the phase in my community that we're, whatchamacallit, I'm building up the player base, which if you compare the ops built into my Discord from a month ago, we're definitely growing in player count. Now we don't have a problem breaking into the 20s compared to, you know, we'd struggle to get a dozen on weekdays. So I'm, you know, gathering that. But I'm also understanding that I don't want to build up my Discord to do large-scale ops unless it's specifically an MCO-style event, or if it's... you know, something on the outskirts of this community that I can then go to another place that's requesting large amounts of players, and I can, you know, bring my own group to the table.
That's funny.
SMA, I would say, isn't better than the Maz because the rounds from RHS are much bigger than Maz rounds. And yes, the 9mm tracer is nice, but I mean, just utility-wise, I think the Maz is better than the SMA, at least playability-wise. IRL, can't speak about it, but video game-wise, from utilizing both systems, I think the Maz is better to work with. Because the SMA acts like a SMA, but it has the same size and weight ratios as a Verona, which is a guided system, which kind of makes the SMA obsolete, in my opinion.
Goat Team 6 now.
Ah, joyful, here we go again. Where's the Gestapo or SS Death Squad?
You know, I kind of want to avoid topics like that as I build up the new community. Maybe in the future for some meme stuff here and there, Tootie, but for now, not so much. Nonetheless, thanks for the 37-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario.
If you're gonna skyline, look like a random French civilian.
If you're gonna
skyline, doesn't have a gun.
But he's got a fucking Enfield.
To be honest, if they put their weapons away, they're just...
I wish Arma worked that way, like Antistasi. If you just put your guns away and dress up as a civvy, it'll make some units think twice. There's probably that script up there, the undercover one, that'll let you pull stuff like that, but...
Everybody else just got 498.
Nah.
I don't know, when they spawned, they had 498s on my screen.
I mean, yeah, when they were spawning in before it loads their kit, they might have seen Car 98s. I hate that crackling. I have no idea what's causing it. It's when I fly over these, but... I don't know, I have object coefficient turned off, so there's something else causing it. That's gonna be annoying.
Is it near the... Oh,
Yeah,
you're
so
seeing
you
the
need
fucking
one that's
position
on
that's
the
already
fucking
marked.
map.
Ow.
Chuckleheads. Yeah, I also went a little above and beyond here, and I intentionally put a bunch of ace medical in the pre-spawned medics, because I'm trying to, you know, give them a bit more of a chance, but... We'll see what they decide to do. Alright, if he stays there, that's fine. I was about to disable his place again. And then some of the garrisons, I have STG-44s, but that is definitely a rare gun around here. And y'all are fighting over, fighting over rocket types. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to send any reinforcements to this position. I might get these guys out of the trench and run over, but I mean for this to be a pretty easy fight. You might also notice there's quite a bit of AT guys around because I'm intending to give them as much AT as they're going to need to take out, you know, the tank up here. That position I'll definitely hold. I'll call for reinforcements, but... Whew, excuse me. I'm not expecting anything except for, probably putting a half track up on that side, having it come around, but we'll wait on it.
Group 1.
Stealth-wise, I think they can continue to come up here. I'm gonna text Zeresh real quick. Because he's still struggling with that. He hasn't fixed it. You need to take the ace_no vehicle clan logo.pbo and its buy sign file out of your add-ons, period. You probably moved it for something else, for another op, but it's not meant to be in there as an optional. Otherwise, the server is going to keep kicking you.
Right there.
Oh, great. Sorry, you're bold. I'm not even gonna go there.
The shine
Anyway,
off his head is blinding him. It's fun.
we
What
moved
on
together into that point. And
Oh god,
the
what's your
first
wrist
thing,
doing?
Once we take the fucking supply depot, can set
It's a
up
pretty
on the
nasty
eastern
cut on the
side
sleeve.
and just fucking suppress whatever that.
Germans do not have long-range radios. Actually, they do, but the default unit doesn't spawn with the proper acre one, so they wouldn't be able to loot them. I'm making them stick together, because otherwise they try to break apart and bite off more than they can chew and they get annihilated, and I'm tired of... As a Zeus that's been doing this stuff since 2016, I'm tired of seeing it, because it's... Yeah. Tired of trying to fix it, because it never really gets fixed. So you got these guys moving up the berm here. You can see the heads of some of these guys, but they're looking away, because again, the front line's towards the beach, so they're not going to suspect anything coming in from the rear.
But we're commando, we do sneaky beaky stuff.
Sneaky breaky. Without it.
That's the wrong side of the war, boyos. You know, just in case, because I'm always paranoid about it, even though I think IFA sets them to hostile by default, but it's always important for me to do that. But yeah, they're going to ride up the wall and probably just engage from right here. Oh, I've designed ops where force splitting can be done all the time. It's just, they need to understand that if they do one thing, then it's gonna, you know, cause me to react XYZ way. So I think it was a guy up here that saw them coming around. And if people want a force split AO, I'll build them one and be balanced about it. But there's some ops where you're not meant to force split and they still try it, and I'm like, what are you doing? Great grenade throw, knock some of the boxes around. So I gave him some M39 grenades to start with. You gotta be careful about throwing those though, because they don't want to cook off any of the ammo. They're yelling French, I love it.
Roger. Understood. On the way.
I think the marksman started picking some of these guys off, and I'm trying to get them out of the trench, but they're probably going to get pinned there now. So I'm going to give it a few minutes, and I'll start considering spawning a half track down to the south. Oh, of course you're naked. Someone just got shot back there. Woo! So you got some guys coming around over here. Sen's trying to get a shot on this naked German here. I love this glitch where they strip the uniforms off of him for some silly reason. He's spraying it around. Oh god. Well, there goes all of those static machine guns. They don't have a destroy texture though, so I'm just gonna delete them. Oh god. That's causing everything to cook off. They finally got him. Ooh. No, you can get off the gun, sport. It's okay. You can get off the gun. I think. Oh no, kicked him off for something else that time.
Jesus Christ!
Most of these guys are running up. Got two of them that have come down. They're clearing out that position. Give it 2 more minutes, and I'll start considering spawning the half track. So yeah, some of the vehicles got kicked off. Most looks like transports. Fuel and repair are fine, but they don't really have any means to use those. I think most of the ammo crates are fine.
Coming.
They're definitely a little hidden right here. I wonder how messed up Toasty is. Oh boy. Now I'm wondering, can I... It's not giving me an option to hitch it. At this point, I'm gonna have these guys try to pull back to this position. Another minute and I'll spawn that half track down. Viva la resistance, right?
Team 2, we are moving to artillery right now. Follow me.
Roger, roger. Trying to...
Give it a second, Session. You're trying to make go stop.
We just all got fucking lit up, so...
That's why you don't attack a machine gun from the front. It gets messy. Yeah, so some of them should have Ganon bombs, but they should also be able to loot some from some of the crates back here. About 30 seconds. Looks like, yeah, they ran 2 people up, so they're looting all this stuff. So STG-44 and an MG-42, yeah, not a bad haul there. They can also pick up the enemy's backpacks and vests and use them to their advantage. And the commandos are staying back, letting the resistance do most of the heavy lifting.
We could Augie.
If they start using the arty, though, I will spawn a plane and immediately get some retaliation off that, but...
What? Mine and explosive in this box right next to the medical one.
Alright, let's spawn in that half track. Let's see if I marked... Let's just do a simple front facer.
Standing by.
And a standard infantry squad inside.
Awaiting orders. On the way. Understood.
And then transport unload right there. I do that so they don't start dismounting randomly over here. I'm gonna have them respect the road and block that down with the MG42. God, he's still wounded.
Ooh, hello.
No, we need to do this.
Yeah, we need time. Okay.
So you see a few dropped rifles there. Toasty finally back up.
How do we turn?
They're trying to figure out how to turn it.
Oh my god, that's how.
This is a weapon.
That's funny.
And then we can use the truck to get to the next area.
I don't see Stewie, I see Sam though. Alright, I gotta stop that, because they're gonna... to that.
I'm not through IT.
Throw it. Eat it.
So they hit it with RD.
Oh, this is so much better.
Alright, that group's dismounted.
Welcome. On the way.
Have the infantry start moving ahead as that group comes around. Keeping the tank in cover right there. Actually, I'm going to pull it back.
Understood.
If it will, it might be aggroed. Nope. Alright, we're good.
Medical you can carry.
Yeah, there were some scope car 98s as well. They'll take some of those. Alright, we got an MP40, STG 44. Pretty sure that's a car 98. Another STG 44.
I assume some.
And now they're getting geared. Have the Vic follow behind. Machine gun's firing up here. Got a grenadier now firing at that vehicle. Have this vehicle attempt to pull back. With the leather jacket, they look kind of like the Germans. They gotta be careful. What are you doing? Drive! I think that just screwed up his AI. Oh, great. Now he's exposed in the back. Yep, there it is. All right. Yeah, the front of it got partially disabled, so I'm not sure how effective that's going to be for their own use, but we'll see. And I got this tank right here just locking everything down. I'm debating putting some units up on. I don't know what's causing those uniforms to end up naked, though. I think that's just from the mod itself, but they'll regroup.
Send in goat team.
Probably going to put a plane out in a few minutes. Here, what's my furthest gun? It's just on the edge. Some people moving around. Dragon Eagle, thanks for giving Official Hunter a sub. Hope you both keep enjoying the operations. And I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Oh, I think because I RC'd him, that grouped everything around like that. So I'm going to start hitting that position with RD. I think some people back here are still looting. It's always tough to rally everyone.
We're leaving. We're moving on.
The Stuka.
We're getting out of here.
The explosives aren't working.
Yeah, no, they don't work. Okay, 10 seconds.
Do you have any? Do you know if there's any Panzer fast charges around, or is that just fucked?
There's
tons of
tons of charges. You mean explosive grenades or anti-tank grenades? Okay.
All right, I'm gonna get on another gun. Now we're gonna start striking in that actual position, walking rounds on top. Just takes a second for the gun to get loaded to bear. There we go. Oh, these should be landing instantaneously. Huh. I don't see where my first shells have landed, though. That's weird. Oh, there they are. That's cooking off some of the ammo. Go ahead, delete some of the bodies back here. It's destroying more of the Vicks. So yeah, these guys have to go south. The one thing is there is a river, but there are some crossing points on it, so they can continue to bring their Vicks if they want. That'll help them bypass this armor piece. A little worried that that thing's going to get sniped, though, but we'll see. Looks like Zaresh finally fixed it. We'll see if he gets kicked off for ace, but good for him. He made it. want to get him teleported, and then I'll put something up. All right, cool.
It's the fucking half track that's run by one of our idiots. Or the thing.
Yeah, I see. I'm just trying to figure out where you're a part of. Because I couldn't identify the lines. All right, let's go do a bombing run on it. Why? Because it's fun.
Ready for orders.
Stuka. I forgot how loud that thing was. My God. Very loud indeed. Now you just have to kind of guess. Oh, the tank did snipe it. Isn't that funny? Delete the debug body. They're moving up on the tank here. He was there to do a surgical strike. That's also, I think, blown up most of the boxes there, and now it's going to pull back. Tank is in a really tough spot to beat here. Best movement would be the riverbed. This side of the riverbed is covered by some infantry, though, so that's a little bit got to be careful about that. And then you have the other riverbed right there, but it's exposed to that position, too. So, I mean, that can also just be completely bypassed if they want to. Tank's out of the AO. Excuse me, that's out of the AO, though, so I'll go ahead and get rid of that.
Standing by.
And I'm going to start... We'll do staggered column instead to put them around.
Copy.
I'm going to basically organize them to go up to the smoke and try to figure out what's going on. SCP, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for the 140 bits, man. How was your day?
Ready for orders. Understood. On the way.
But yeah, this is the concentration of forces I have. I'm sending squads up to kind of reinforce. And Zaresh just got nailed by a machine gun, and he's alone, so I'm not sure if anyone's going to notice him.
It's made to open fight the tank here, I think. For 4 people at the tank.
Medic down, medic down.
Why were you in the corner? Just pull back, keep that behind you, and you should be fine. I'm gonna just hit him with a freaking tank round. Here. Yeah, get behind that building, buddy.
When it comes to that road, I want those grenades on that tank.
I'm gonna check real quick. I'm pretty sure I gave you smokes. I might not have. Yes, I did. Use the smokes. Let them billow out. Pick up your medic and pull back. I don't know why he poked a corner like that, but that's really funny. He spent like, what, 25 minutes trying to get into this op, and the first thing he does is poke a corner and get nailed by a tank that they knew was there because they were all in positions of cover when it first fired. That... That's unfortunate. That's just very unfortunate. They just shot one of their friendlies there. Oh my god. Poor silly players. What can you do, right? What can you do? And they're just leaving them. Oh my god. Oh, that's... I feel kind of bad, but at the same time, that's just... Damn. Oh. This is why I think my player base is weird, because if I don't give them smoke grenades, they complain about it. But when I do give them smoke grenades, they don't use them for their intended purpose, if at all. So it's like... Damn. I'm sorry to say, Zaresh, but that counts. You can come on the stream, bro. I'm sorry. Oh. Man.
Go, go, go.
I mean, you got the Germans utilizing their smoke grenades.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
French civvies make great Swiss cheese. Also, I can finally sub again.
Yeah, they can, do they? God damn, Biggie. Thanks for the 16-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the ops and hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. All right, that group should be aggroed by now. I'm gonna see if this tank will pull back properly. Oh, okay. Hi, Kitsune. There's no more roast left, though. Bloodway and I ate it all last night. It was delicious.
Northwest.
Let's go, Northwest!
Yeah. Sorry about that, Zaresh. It happens. Trying to get this tank into position now. These guys are saying they're going northwest. I'm trying to pull these guys back, but they're still being bloodthirsty. That tank does not want to go where I tell it, but that's okay. You got these two lagging behind. Then you got the commando team back here. Marksman can pick these guys off pretty easily. And you got some people just trailing around back here. Trying to pull that team back. The AI are aggroing differently. Tank, I'm gonna have to come around and assist with that infantry group. They don't know that infantry's there, but they're gonna be trying to find a proper firing line, so that's the best thing to do. Take a left turn around and they'll be online. Meanwhile, these guys can then utilize the riverbed.
Wait for the tank to pass. Wait for the tank to pass. Don't fucking kill it, Kelsey.
It aggro because it turned its gun. Still got the commandos back there. I'm going to go ahead and delete the destroyed vehicles, dead infantry. They left the couple... Oh, they probably broke its front wheels or something. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Nice to see the commandos active. Yeah, right? Which community? This is the one I host in my own Discord. Oh, balls. Here comes the tank. And there's a lot of freaking infantry crossing. My God. So some of them made it past. Someone's trying to pick up a friendly and move him. Oh, don't move in the open, dude. Oh, it's turning to follow him. Oh, no. Get to cover, you goober.
Fuck if I know, but I got one here.
I think you just made it to concealment. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, my God. You're kidding.
What's your position? Engaging target.
I think that dude just grenadiered. Oh. That was insane.
Civilian, 300 meters north.
Holy crap. I was not expecting that. Someone got him. Oh.
Why are the British commandos running a day off? Normally they run at night?
It's meant to be a resistance operation, and one grenadier, I think, just annihilated everybody. Holy crap. That's just part of every infantry squad I've ever thrown at them, but oh. Oh my god. It's been a long time since I've seen a grenadier get that big of a multi-kill. But holy crap. He's dead now, but god damn. They were all staying down here. No one was pulling rear security. That's just a mess. Oh, I bet you someone's going to claim IRC'd it. Definitely. Here's the thing, though. That was all of their medics, right? I think they only have one. Okay, no, they have two more. They got one that's stuck with these guys and one over here. So why were all the medic staff except for one? So why was there one medic for a bulk of the infantry and 3 medics over in a team doing its own thing? Like, that makes absolutely no sense to me. Like, there should have been a medic moving with this team up here.
On the way. Copy.
Tank's gonna move down with friendly infantry if it decides to behave properly. But that is, my god, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a full squad of people dead. That is nuts. Hobo was somewhere in here, and I think he called it too, but damn. Holy crap. It's one of their times where spacing absolutely decked them in that one, admittedly. Are you detract? No, he's just sticking there on his own. I'm trying to order him to do anything, but he just doesn't want to. So he should just be an easy target for these guys to AT. But my god, that was nasty.
Sniper, can you get on that road? There's a guy on that road.
Alright, so Tank, again, ignoring my orders. Let me try giving him a shorter waypoint. Maybe he'll follow it. Oh, man. So it was a grenadier from the squad you engaged, came up, saw you all spaced together, put a rifle grenade right there and nailed everyone. And it happened. Didn't even know it would happen. All right, Tank's pulling back. Get her to turn around. I think she's already turned around, so I'm just gonna have her... Yeah, I'll put her right there. No, 2D, it's literally only IFA and, Faces of War. I don't work with TSB anymore. I'm not going to use any of their stuff. Oh, hold on. I think Forge just got nailed by Mac Marine. And Mac Marine just also got nailed.
Hey,
what?
Get here.
Why is Mac Marine on his own? And... Is Mac going to wake back up? Oh my god.
What? Wait, the fucking friendlies were shooting at us. I mean at you.
I'm not good.
Is that what I'm hearing?
That's funny as hell. Alright, Germans are going to regroup. I'll send another squad or 2 down from this main hub area in a few minutes. I'll give it like 5 or 6 actually. My god. Again, I have not seen a rifle grenade multi-kill this heavy in a very long time. I want to say since like 2019 in a branch of IFA ops I did. They're still shooting at each other.
There's a fucking entrance.
I think it's on the website.
That's beautiful.
Where are you?
Where are you? Mac? Where the fuck did you go?
What? Are you looking for a unit that's potentially being RC that you thought was sniping with you? Or are you looking for Mac Marine?
Mac.
Oh, ew, it's the English.
That a German? Let's shoot
Hey Mac.
Hello.
Hey Mac. Learn to fucking PID. Apparently we're shooting at friendlies.
Oh, well, guess I need to look harder through the bushes.
Alright, if everyone is up on their feet, let's go back west.
Let me know when I'm done.
Oh my
Commander,
god.
stay on me. Commander, stay on me.
Where's Mac?
He was back there.
Okay.
Hey, Mac?
Is that tank still up?
We're gonna
Hello.
stop
It's up
You,
northwest. The
look,
tank
you
is
can
up,
see
but
our
it's up
fucking green
northwest.
berets, dude. Stop shooting at us every
Ah,
fucking
yes,
time I see you.
hold on.
And take
Let
off
me
the
turn
fucking
on my
helmet.
ESP so I can
No,
look through the bushes.
Take off the fucking helmet. I was shooting at you the whole fucking time.
I'm gonna put a purple up here. So here's the thing, Mac doesn't have a scope. I will admit the Green Beret does let him see a bit, but when they just got absolutely annihilated, I can tell that when they go into fight or flight mode.
We're moving northwest.
Anyone seen Toasty or is he dead already?
I think he's dead. I think I saw him disconnect earlier.
At this point, I fired three fucking helmets. They were shooting at us as well. No, they were shooting at us as well.
I think they shot first.
No, Mac shot first.
Normally I wouldn't do something like that, but I want them to find the freaking mask has and at least equate that there's a lot of dead people. Well, it looks like they're just gonna bypass it. So again, what confuses me is why are the commandos being autonomous to the resistance? The commandos should be, I told Forge in the beginning, you are controlling the resistance guys, tell them what to do.
Yeah. Does anyone know where fucking Lowell and Sam are? Or did they went off and died?
I don't know.
Like, I told him in the brief he was commanding the resistance guys, right, Metro? Did I not? I don't know. I tell people, hey, this is how you should play the op, and then they don't play the op that way, and then everyone gets murdered, and I'm like, ah, yeah. That happened. If you want Aori, I mean, you can just chill in here instead. But, I mean, they're not going to get far as a four-man team because there's there's so much stuff. But hey, if that's how they want to play. This is why I didn't make a whole World War II campaign. Because I knew it would... I had a feeling it would devolve. Because usually it devolves when you take away people's radios. It's already hard enough to get them to communicate, but... Yeah... Yeah...
Standing by.
It's tough.
Understood. Copy that. Understood.
Yeah, and again, I haven't seen a rifle grenade that precise in a very long time, so... Oh, well, but that had quite the knockout. They had no one watching that security side, though. And as soon as, I mean, he did eventually get killed off. Someone hit him with the machine gun, but everyone was just clustered under there wondering what to do, and unfortunately, Arma struck. I'm not doing Op4 stuff for a long time. I'm building up the player base in my own Discord force first, and then I'll consider that. I also know that also attracts the wrong crowd of people, and the people go into the Op usually to kill people instead of actually be constructive, which is why I don't do it. I'm only going to do it if I'm invited in a community to orchestrate that stuff. I'm not going to harbor it in my own stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. On the docket for the poll for Maze Offs, I will put a one-off put out for Shut Up for Old Guard Tier 5s to come in and do a one-off Up4 thing, but I get to select who's in that group. That's not going to be an application thing. I will handpick people, and it's going to be What's That's decision. with me on that front. Because I would like to get some of the old guard in for that one. Alright, bodies are deleted, infantry's running through.
Solid copy.
And eventually have them comb around and find, you know, all that stuff off those guys bypass to that one position. So again, where you have two divided player bases here, and they don't have the numbers anymore to do this properly, in my opinion. That tank is marked, so... Oh boy.
Roger.
We'll say that squad didn't hear it. I'll wait for more gunfire to be heard. I'm gonna push him with the tank. Funny enough, that's gonna let that team sneak in.
On the way. On the way.
Oh, you guys are in an open field. Okay, no, you got a hill to work with. I'll try pulling that tank back, though. A chill goes under with it. Forge gets dropped.
There's a tank looking at us.
You should have a cannon bomb, but I think he's gonna turn and annihilate you. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh no. Alright, they're gonna start hearing those gunshots at this rate. I'll have them start pulling back. What's that? That tank saw these guys in the open field. I told them in the beginning. Oh yeah, the tank totally saw them. Yeah, the beginning of this op, the everything was facing north. Send in the Nebuwaffle. I don't have one of these for that AO. I'll probably put an emergency poll up after this op to say, hey, do you want to keep doing World War II stuff, or do you want me to switch over to last ship? Because otherwise, I'm worried it's going to be more of the same. But the first op went pretty well, but there was a massive lack of communication. Of course, now they use a smoke grenade.
He's behind that tree in front of me.
Yeah. So I gotta consider moving further north and around. Yeah, two down right here. Tank's still overwatching.
Commander, Dace check. Who's up?
Ooh. Forge is exposed and he is down. Gonna give it 5 or 6 minutes, then put up some half tracks to surround that position.
On the way.
And there's the bleed out.
Solid copy. On the way.
I love it. He's running up with binos. Oh, man. So we're going to focus on this point of contact, and then that tank's report's finally going to go up, and then we're going to go check out the northern side because the tank did spot something. Oh, now you got that squad finally starting to cross around. Oh, boy. No, I'm wondering why the gun looked down. Oh, I looked at him. Trying to Ganon bomb it. Poor Frenchie. Roar's running for it. I think the tank finally turned around and smoked him with one of the machine guns. Oh dear. Just one of those days. Which comment was it? I can't scroll up.
We can lie down here.
Do you need to start doing trainings? I've offered it in the polls, but no one really votes for them, so there's not much I can do. Tank would have seen something moving south, so he's going to report that. I'm going to have forces start tracking south.
Solid copy.
Whew. This was, again, I think, on Command's decision. I don't know why the Commandos were in a different spot than the rest of the infantry, because it looked like they segregated. The French resistance do one thing, the Commandos do something else. And then at one point, Commandos had, like, 75% of the medical staff. So it's like, why is that going on? Why are the Commandos going one way and the two other infantry squads going the other way? How you do something like that is if you're going to split your force, go to the AO, hit the AO, like this one, and then get back together and go, all right, here's what we want to do. If you're going to split your force to do stuff, do it on the actual combat sorties and whatnot. But when you're doing a maneuver from one AO to another, keep everyone together and then make your plan accordingly. It's silly. And I'm going to be honest, all of this could have been bypassed if they just, you know, went around over here, but whatever. It's my 2 cents. Go run them down. Oh boy, go run them down. So at this point, the report up here is going to get buried because they're still actively hunting this one guy.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Sorry I'm late. I kitten hate guard dogs.
Sorry to hear the FK, but thanks for the 62-month resub, my man. Wear that 5-year badge with pride. Nonetheless, hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. I know I stated, too, everything's pointing north at the moment. Some stuff has adjusted based off of what's been going on, but, oh. He's running. All right, we have a lone medic and then a surviving team of, I believe, 7? No, 6. All right. Well, they still have a medic, so that's okay. It's a lone British commander. Oh, my God.
Don't go down high. There's a lot to get you back up.
Yeah, so these guys aren't even facing that direction, so they can easily hit that and move. And then from there, they can have an in. They can easily raid this position, get more ammunition and whatnot, grab a vehicle. And at this point, I would just grab a truck and then make it to the end game point, because this is a pretty big mess otherwise. It's about time to start getting those infantry in, so I'm going to get them in.
On the way. Solid copy. Understood.
God, that clicking in my mic's getting annoying. I think I'm going to have these guys respond to that tank's report.
On the way.
Comb them in the back. I'm sorry and I apologize are synonyms. Depends on the context. Wow, you had Ricochet coming up from all the way over there. Great unified takedown, though. I think they missed this one guy right here, but yeah, they have 2 MG42s bipoded. start having that tank react now. Actually, I'll slow it down a little bit. I'll keep these guys here for another minute or two. It would, because again, not everyone has a radio. I think the tank has a built-in radio, but they're going to start reporting gunshots. I'll be a little slow for that tank to respond, but definitely the infantry will start following. I can validly hear everything. They do have their engine on, but they'd hear the radio call, so now let's move. I gave a few more seconds.
Copy that.
Just following the direction of those gunshots. That's going to pull pressure off of him. These guys are going to beeline it to where those shots are, but now that they're so reduced, it's where it's going to get a bit lower, but they've already picked off quite a bit of the sentries over here. Should be good. They can also always turn the field gun and use it, but then they risk blowing up the entire ammo cache. Metro, I don't know if that was ever a thing for IFA. It was more of an RHS thing to do that, but I guess it depends on the context. And now they're turning the field gun. Yeah, they're totally going to turn it.
Just kind of move it like this.
So I think that is another Grenadier right there who fired a shot. As you see, that shot didn't get anyone. Oh, shit. And they're all naked. Ooh, yes it is. And that killed all the crew. Alright, that tank finally goes tits up. They're firing the arty piece into that group. Push that other tank right there. Vehicles are going to start cooking off. Quite a bit of the ammo is going to get cooked off as well. But again, I mean, if they have what they need because they already raided that first one, destroying the second one easily like that is perfectly fine. Then you still got Bror down here working on his own. This is what I like about Arma, because even when you have like 60 or 70% casualties, you'll end up getting the remnants, and then they'll be doing things really, really well. Great flank on the tank. Great use of that artillery right there.
Vehicle way.
That was the tank that was from that position all the way up there that hunted you, and yeah, finally gets cooked off by a flank shot. Next tank I'm going to push up, because it's urban CQC. There's not much you can do. Slashy, you don't want to... Yeah. Because they have a frontal machine gun, which is why it's never good to follow a tank's front like that. You know, for the record, have I done any RCing today? Because a few of the comments was I was too heavy in the last World War II out with my RC. And this one, the only time I RC'd was to move a tank or to drop bombs with the Stuka, but not to actually shoot the players. So I think the gun's disabled now. So I'm going to try to pull it back. But again, the AI will do what the AI do. And now it looks like they're using artillery to hit these positions. Yeah, so they're hitting the mortar position. Smart. They can still salvage this. That's the crazy thing about this, is they can still freaking salvage this, man. So Slashy can have a medic run up to him, because they should hear that tank driving off by now. Another 6 minutes or so. I'll probably bring the reinforcements from the edge of the map to run in, because I don't want them to, you know, spawn on Bror and immediately kill him. That'd be mean. Oh, I just find it ironic because people say I get too heavy-handed with the RC because that leads to a few people dying, and then we have ops like these where I haven't even touched the RC to kill anyone, and they're still getting annihilated. So it's like, my RC doesn't really seem to change the underlying factor of y'all still, you know, eating shit. That kind of resolves on you. And I think they were mad about the RC with when they assaulted the mortar position in the first stop, and then they got hit by AA, and then I put an anti-tank round from a Panzerfaust. in them and it killed like 1 or 2 people. Meanwhile, the Grenadier killed, what, 7 right there? Ay, ay, ay. Alright, so I got a medic on Slash. Still got all 6 of them running around. 7th player running around. Brewer's got to be careful because he's right in front of this trench line that looks like it's too low to actually deal with him. Plus, everyone's turned over to deal with everything right there. Going to give it another 4 minutes and spawn things around. Tank, I want to have forward facing so it can still use its machine gun right here. And I am going to start taking people out of bunkers, repasting them outside so they have their pathfinding, and running them into the area as local forces. So start collapsing positions. I still got all these guys back here, but they're being very slow to move in. So it is quite possible that the players get what they can right here, grab what they need, and keep moving. I'm going to go ahead and delete these because they don't have a destroy texture. And I don't want them to get confused. So they are shooting at those guys over there, so I'm going to have them slowly start encircling this area. Hey, Kix, thanks for the raid of 3. What were you playing, broski? Roar, meanwhile, has successfully snuck around, and I honestly see him just moving past and going to the end area at this rate. Yeah, so you got some guys trickling in. Yeah, I'm gonna start having everything coming into that main area. Some stuff's gonna be a bit more cautious. Other stuff, not so much. But they need to consider regrouping and moving out quick, because otherwise they're gonna get overwhelmed on that spot. Puppeteer on a completely legal PS3 system. I see. Completely legal. It's not really about winning Metro, it's just about going into AO and doing as much damage as you can. I mean, if you bypass the entire AO, then the whole point of the operation's moot, but if you consider that from getting point A to point B a win, then you do you. This one's truly a sandbox mission of you decide what you want to take out and go. Because that's how French resistance raids worked. They knew where stuff was, and they decided what to hit, weighing all the risks and acting on it, and I gave you perfect information, which is something that they usually didn't have, but, you know, I wanted to see what you would do in this type of setting, and it got a little, messy. Op has been brutal. We're down to about 30% of the players. And we actually got to the real meat of the AO. But now people are kind of going off on their own here. They're completely disorganized, and now I think the AI is going to start mopping them up. And I think it's about time we let out this tank. Oh, missed him on the right. Thankfully, the AI aim is, I mean, here's the funny thing. This is what I have for global skill. And I even lowered spotting to give him a better stealth coefficient, but it's not really going to work against armor, but, yeah. That is much lower than I normally put it. Usually I like to keep accuracy around 25 to 30, and I put spotting anywhere from 50 to 90%, but when I'm trying to let them be a bit more stealthy, I crank it down pretty heavily.
Did you find the medical crate anywhere?
Are the rest still alive?
Yeah, the medical crate's gonna be... Yeah. It's Gonna be an interesting debrief. I think they're out of medical, so they can't get Slushy back, which is very unfortunate. I kind of meant for them to be able to take some of these vehicles and load up the medical in the vehicle's inventory or bring the vehicle box inventory crates themselves.
Roger.
But, you know. Yeah, they blew it up. That's what happens when you turn an artillery gun around and start using it direct fire. It's a good idea for clearing things out, but beyond that can be tough. Tank's now facing that spot. I'm gonna get more infantry out of the trench positions and start pushing them.
On the way. Roger.
I might not run that poll because these guys are still doing their best to try and survive in a bad situation. Speaking of bad situations. Oh, God. Turned the corner with an MG42. That got one of them. Now they're just separating out too much, and Broer's just going to bypass. Medic started with medical supplies, but I'm assuming he's out of blood bags, so if I were to check him... Yeah. And that's because out of the 4 medics they started with, half are dead, and then a fourth of them are running off on their own because their entire teams got wiped. Of course, I'm probably going to get feedback saying, oh, we didn't have enough medical, and it's like, no, you blew up the medical, and you all separated into your own teams because I meant for you all to stick together, but... Sure. Now, do enemy medics have supplies? The ones I spawn in do not, but the garrisoned ones do. I did put spare medical on them. It's just the luck of the draw of will they find one that'll run up to them. Oh, meanwhile... Yeah, that's no bueno. That is certainly no bueno. Alright, I'm gonna start collapsing all my infantry. Yeah, that is true. Half their medical did disappear with 1 grenade. You missed a point. Oh, dear. Granted, it's with the Panzerfaust, and that thing is really finicky to use at point-blank range. You have to scope it up properly, but... Ooh. And Mac, yeah, you did get door stuck on there when the machine gunner flanked you. Now we're down to 4. Technically 3, because Slushy's still unconscious. Are you actually turning around to engage the already on your own? Good luck. Good luck.
Solid copy. Understood.
Send in GOAT Team 6 now.
Veiled, turned around out.
Yeah, so here's a medic right here that we already I showed you. Pad supplies. There's the one we RC'd right there. No. Slushy, you're on. Lost a lot of blood, dude. You need more blood. Oh, Daz, thanks for the 7-month resub, buddy. This was a toughie. I didn't mean for this to be that hard, but they decided to separate everything. Nonetheless, hope you keep doing the ops. Hope you get a nice kick out of this. Great hit with that Panzer, but it hit the side armor. That's at least gonna make him think twice. I'm gonna pull him back, but... Oh, he's detracts! Ha! G43 saves the day there. Alright, at this point, I'm going to have these guys jump in on the fighting as well. My naked submachine gunners. And I'm going to continue to have everything try to hone in here on this position.
Solid copy. On the way. On the way.
Have that group coming as well. Roar! Haven't seen him try to pull anything. He's just running away. Three more minutes. I'm going to spawn 2 more squads from down there and put them in. Roar, I think, only has a Sten. Yeah. Yeah, here's the medic. Alright, we're gonna stop moving you so you can have that static gun. Medic's running up to get the supplies. Quickly securing the position. When he goes away, I'm gonna copy paste his kit, and I'll show you him grabbing the medic stuff. Yep, so he's grabbed almost all the blood bags, so he'll be able to get Slushy up with that.
You bandage me? I'll run out of bandage.
Oh, boy. Now the question is, can they get the Slushy to slap him with a 1,000 milliliter?
We got buck tons of infantry coming.
Good shot.
Listen to the medic's body.
All right, boys, it's time to go. If you need more bandages, get them off their body, but you need to go back, grab Slash, and then you need to fight your way out as a 4-man team. Hydrate.
Yeah, I can probably get him. Fuck.
Oh, they're getting flanked. You're gonna backblast yourself, you goober!
Our friendly's down.
We gotta move, we gotta move.
Now they're being shot at from over there. Oh no! Oh no! Oh! Medic woke up. Okay, there's still a chance. They gotta get eye ready, stabilized, then move the Slash. Oh, this is brutal.
Copy that.
How's Broer? Broer's still marauding around, not really able to do anything.
We're just, yeah, I think this is over for us.
Welcome. On the way. On the way.
So I'm gonna say they can hear them speaking in there.
Copy that.
Go down.
They did their best, but
Almost done bandaging my chest.
oh, it was messy. Yeah, I'm gonna get this door open so it doesn't look like they constantly phase through. I think he just went uncon. Oh no! I'll put it to a vote, actually. I don't mind letting them rerun the op if they want to. Ah, yes, the naked tankers are back.
I don't know if you're up. You're up. Okay.
It doesn't work for IFA buildings, which is why the search thing doesn't work, so I'm just letting the AI run it on their own.
Civilian, 75 meters.
Go away. Leave me, please.
Civilian, 75 meters. Right. Contact. Medic.
Oh my god! I wouldn't rerun it today because I have Bloodwind's making dinner upstairs, but...
Oh god.
Oh my freaking god! Shut that door. This is funny as hell. The little AI wiggle, I know. Oh, he gets shot in the... Oh god! Oh god! Bouncy castle. Shot in the face. Roar. Oh my god. That is GG. They're in the walls! They're in the goddamn walls! I love that clip. Just gonna go ahead and index everything. Yeah, making away the end zone. He can do that without having to evade, because again, they don't know he's still alive. They focused on that one group in there. Oh, man.
Victory. They got,
okay.
they got 3 out of the 4 RT pieces.
I'm gonna say sorry to my squad for just booking it.
Okay.
I mean, bro, you were lost on the line, so...
Send him go.
I don't think that counts as a squad.
Drunk Firebear, thanks for giving Sam a sub. Hope you both keep enjoying the op. Wait, Sam, damn it, why'd you give Sam a sub? Alright, it's fine. Alright, so I'm gonna put a poll up. Just asking a few questions, such as, do we want to keep doing World War II ops? Do we want to rerun this potential op? Just to give you guys another chance at it. What ended up happening was you guys put the resistance guys on one side, put the commandos on another, hit the first position. That was great. You started using artillery against the tank position. All right. Tank pushed out to fire because it heard the artillery gun going and the artillery landing. Then the other artillery guns turned and started firing at that position after they realized it was compromised. No casualties there. You then drove out. Tank was already active. Nailed your half track. One of their medics that was trying to connect for a while finally connected. Got shot in the face with one of the tanks on the corner of a building. I was a little confused why Forge's team didn't throw their smokes out, let it billow out, and then grab him, and then pull him back and medic him, because they had another medic, and so they just let him bleed out. And I know they knew they had smoke grenades, because they used them later to get away from a tank, or at least tried to before they got mowed down, so that was confusing. But otherwise, you guys kept pushing. First casualty was actually just a mass cas beyond that, because a single guy with a rifle grenade came up and pretty much nailed the entire squad in a riverbed with a near-perfect shot, and it just wounded everyone. For the record, I did not do any remote controlling tonight except for driving a tank out of a stuck place or getting the Stuka and dropping bombs on a position you guys already were for effect. I let the AI do all of the killing this time because a few of you said in the feedback that I was too heavy in the last World War II op with my RCing, so shrug. And that rifle grenadier guy is in every infantry squad that I have ever spawned in IFA because it's been a part of every infantry squad, period. So it's just bad luck at that point. Just a reminder that spacing can be a bitch if you're not careful. There were other times in this op. You are hot micing me, so be careful. Achilles, you might be as well. But just as a reminder, spacing, you know, is a thing to consider because once in a while, that grenadier will hit accurately. But he was also in every other squad I was put in, and he never got another kill with that, so it was messy. After that, one of you guys woke up and managed to kill that grenadier with an MG42 or something, but then I think he bled out. Other squad started going in. Forge's team came in. There was a blue-on-blue instance. I'm going to say neither of you were in the Ron because you're infantry and you're all completely displaced. Yes, you're wearing a green beret, but you're also like over 100 meters away, and people are going to shoot first and ask questions later in a situation where half of one of the groups just got entirely wiped. Then you guys separated. One team, which Forge, went south, ran into an enemy position. Tank that was harassing you guys turned around, murdered them all with infantry. It was playing it cautiously, but once it realized that you guys were out of AT, it pushed and did a lot of killing there. Other team went north, got spotted by another tank that was on the map. I told you everything was facing north in the brief. That tank shot at you, knocked the guy out, but because of the attack that was happening by the other team, all the infantry went there first because it was closer to fortified positions. And by the time they sent the squad up to check out what that gunfire was, that team went north, cleared out an artillery position, used the arty on the second ammo depot. Unfortunately, where all the ammo was stored and all the medical was hit and destroyed by the arty gun. So that created a medical crisis. At one point, Slushy poked her head out, got domed. Blood bags ran out because only 1 out of the 4 medics was still alive with that team at that point. And by the time you guys killed a medic and looted him, someone else had tracked another Panzer, and the Panzer was stuck, so it just operated as a mobile turret in that square. You guys pulled back, grabbed the medical supplies before you could turn around. You were pretty much surrounded because everything had ungarrisoned and moved to your position, and you had your little last stand. Meanwhile, Bror, who was a survivor of the medic, decided to just sneak around on the southern side, seeing if he could prod in anywhere, decide against it, and was close to the evac point, so I indexed it. Overall, when I say in brief, hey, ground command, you're commanding, command. You know, keep your guys together. This is,
Forge is not here anymore.
I know he's not, but this is going for everyone else because I said I'm going to put a poll out to see if you guys want to rerun this. And if we want to keep doing World War II, because I don't want to get into the cycle of something like that happening where people separate and do stuff. Because in the first mission, people separated and one of the groups got heavily screwed over. And in this time, everyone separated into their own teams and messes happened. And I feel like it's going to rinse and repeat. But if you guys want to keep playing it, I mean, it's going to be your decision. So, just showing you that it's going to keep happening. Nonetheless, hope you had fun. If you didn't, I apologize. But, yeah, feel free to go watch the VOD. Forge isn't here. I'll have any squad leader speak up. Otherwise, feel free to put your feedback in the feedback channel.
All right. I guess group 1 will go
right
first.
Up that poll.
We attacked the first position. A little bit separated. Took it. Fucked off. Followed the route as laid out by ground command. And got murdered in a riverbed. All that within 30 minutes. I don't feel it's productive to give blame, so that was the Squad 1 experience. Squad 2, go.
I won't go over everything we did. Basically, this is the op where, you know, we don't have fucking radios. You just use your voice. Stick together. Not too close, since we learned that with a rifle grenade, but within shouting distance. And we're, you know, resistant behind enemy line things. Don't grab Lauda's half track and drive it into the middle of the field to get schwagged by a fucking tank. Other than that, not much to say except think before you do something. With all respect, this is pointed to Mac Marine. Don't just grab the RTPs and start shelling that last supply position, because we could actually use that supply.
I did a lot of damage.
Go up. Yeah, and you also destroyed all the medical and all the ammo that was there.
Details.
Well, because I've got a
We also
skills.
destroyed the anti-artillery and mortar in the next stand already.
He denied the enemy
Congrats,
ammunition.
but you didn't have to hit this one. But anyway, other than
just
that,
to cut in. This is hard to say because it's a heat of the moment decision, and to go on both sides, Mac, I agree with you on the sense of getting the artillery and using it against enemy positions. And I did say that a possibility for you guys would be to get the arty and start using it as a direct fire weapon against the depot. But you also have to consider if you're running low on supplies, which at that point, I already knew you hit the other ammo depot. So I'm like, you should still be good for ammo, but medical is going to be interesting because you only have one medic left. Blowing up the medical crates might become an issue, and it ended up did becoming an issue. And I think Slushy's also a bit biased, no offense, because you spent most of the end of that off unconscious as well, and now you're looking for someone to blame on that end. But it's decisions like that where you can't really, like in the moment, you can't really weigh. You can only weigh the after effect and debrief, and you can say, well, yeah, it sucks that it blew up the medical, and that cost you the ability to get back up, because by the time your team found more medical, aka blood, to get you back, it was already too late in the sense that they were surrounded. But heat of the moment decisions like that, you can't really judge. You know what I mean?
I get it. Was also thinking that that there might have been more AT in those boxes, and we were struggling.
Because I know you were. Like most of the player base tonight died by either AT or grenadier fire, but out of the 3 tanks that end up coming at you, out of literally the only 3 tanks in the AO, you destroyed one outright. You disabled the turret of the second one, and then the third one, after a miss, you then detracked it. So for literally like 30% of the remaining player base to do all 100% of the work on the tanks at that point, because I think the British commando team, they got a Gannon bomb on it, but they hit it in an armored spot, so it didn't do much damage. You also have to also remember, for my ops, I don't base an entire squad to do all the work, and the fact that you still were able to do all of the work is impressive. But again, when you consider how the op should have been played compared to the Charlie Foxtrot that ended up happening with it, it was fairly balanced. So I get your gripes. I also think, again, you're a little biased right now because you spent most of that time unconscious at the end.
I know.
But
also,
we can't judge moments like that because we're not going to learn anything. Just going to become finger pointing, and then we, piss each other off and break this community
also
apart.
On that, just in general, please stick together to everyone. Like, by the end, when we lost the first half, the fucking resistance, and the paras, with all respect, you just wander off on your own, and you even did that in the worst possible approach. We knew where their positions were, yet instead of going around them, you just went straight in.
No, we were going around all the time.
I will also say that you guys did flank where you could. You were flanking the positions that you knew. What threw you off in the middle part of that was when I started sending reinforcements from the left side of the map where I had larger concentrations of forces to push in. As I did say, from the MSRs, I'd be sending forces in. And that's what did confuse you. And that's where the Grenadier ended up coming from, that wiped an entire squad of you, was one of those reinforcing groups. So that's just something to consider in the moment when you are in enemy territory for any operation, is you got to be quick on your feet. But when I limit your communication because we're doing a World War II op and there's no radios, that's all the more reason that you do have to keep everyone together. And you have to have people pulling security while you're, in bad situations. Otherwise, the Grenadier's just going to murder you all. So tough things to think about. I do appreciate them being brought up, but again, hindsight here is 2020. So I'll let you guys, I'm about to finish putting the poll out. You guys can decide, and, we'll either continue doing these ops, we'll rerun this one specifically if you guys want to, or we'll just start with the last ship campaign. Entirely up to you guys. I'm going to mute myself, wrap up my stream, but feel free to keep debriefing. All right, guys. So that's going to be it for me, except for... Okay, no, let me rephrase that. That's it for the Zeus op. We'll be back in 2.5 hours for a 506th World War II op where I'll be on the ground. And overall, I think this op was a great learning experience, but it was also a good showcase of I don't have to RC anything and shoot a single round. I can just do utility with RC, and it can still be a mess. You know what I mean? If you don't use the proper tactics. And it's also, that Grenadier round was pure luck. Again, I haven't seen a Grenadier get a multi-kill like that in a World War II op in honestly 2 or 3 years. Grenadiers in general, I try to avoid on like modern day ops because they're too plentiful and you can make squads to avoid that. And I'm thinking going forward, if I do a World War II squad, I'll cut out the Grenadier because it's just too much of a risk to get the entire player base mass-cas like that, especially since they're already having trouble with communication and keeping together, which, again, to someone like me is common sense, but, you know, we have a lot of new players coming in. This is a more green player base, and I want to make it a little easier for them. But, you know, we'll work with what we got. But nonetheless, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers. Hopefully I'll see you in 2.5 hours. Ta-ta.